From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
I'm Mitch Laggy. Firefighters battling strong winds in Stillwater County, trying to put out a blaze that sparked on Monday evening. I'll bring you the latest coming up.
A COVID vaccination clinic for children here in Livingston. Hear from two girls that got their first dose coming up.
Well, happy Wednesday, Southwest Montana. It is 6:30. It is chilly, and depending on where you live, it's slick out there. But it's the 17th of November as
yeah,
well.
what else would you expect?
Correct.
Temperatures this morning, a lot of frigid temperatures, mostly west of the divide. 7 degrees in Butte, 15 in Wise River, 12 out toward Deer Lodge. Really very bitterly cold this morning. Only a few areas dealing with slick roadways, though. Most of that west of the divide. We do have Homestake Pass getting some reports of snow and ice there. Take it slow. That's from basically Phillipsburg all the way back down toward Cardwell. So could be dealing with some icy conditions. It's very clear right now that moisture is gone from our skies. It's just on the ground in a few areas. Daytime temperatures remain very cold. A couple of big issues that we've had to deal with the last couple of days, really coming down to wind. I'm going to talk about the wind gusts and the peak wind gusts across the area here in just a little bit.
Yeah, that leads beautifully into our top story this half hour. 35, I should say, Montana families still separated from their homes after a fast-moving fire near Fishtail forced evacuations late Monday night. That blaze burning near Fiddler Creek, southwest of Absorki. It's burned between 3,000 to 5,000 acres, remains at 0% containment. The exact cause is still unknown. TN's Mitch Laggy takes us there.
Firefighters in Stillwater County have had their work cut out for them on Tuesday, as strong winds have fueled a fire that sparked on Monday night near Fishtail. Thick smoke blanketed the otherwise beautiful Stillwater Valley, a strange sight in mid-November.
Yeah, I mean, this way dry up here. I don't know that I've ever seen it really much drier in the 50 years I've lived here.
Rick Young never expected he'd spend his Tuesday here, manning a shelter in Absorki for 35 families that have been forced to evacuate. Wind was raging throughout the morning and afternoon, not doing firefighters any favors. Officials say early morning rain helped the firefighting effort, but the wind came back with a force and increased fire activity.
It was really, really bad. I mean, we must have had 50, 60 mile an hour gusts here off and on all night long, and now again all day today. So, yeah, I mean, I feel sorry for those guys. It's got to be pretty frustrating, as I'm sure there's not much they can do.
No one showed up at the Annapro Arena on Tuesday. Young believes most are staying with family and friends. Those evacuation notices were sent to residents in the area of Fiddler Creek Road and West Rosebud Road to South Fiddler Creek Road. The evacuation area also includes Ingersoll to Roscoe.
Yeah, there's so much of the time that this time of the year we would have moisture, snow on the ground. I mean, it's pretty darn dry.
Firefighters from nearby counties were helping to fight the blaze. Responding agencies included firefighters from Absorki, Columbus, Red Lodge, Nye, Laurel, and Shepherd. Bureau of Land Management, State DNRC, and U.S. Forest Service were also helping out. In Fishtail, Mitch Laggy, MTN News.
That was all over that area. That wind across Montana wreaking havoc, causing damage in nearby Red Lodge. Check out this, an awning ripped off a building on Main Street. Residents also reported benches being blown down the street, trees falling down on top of cars. Also reports of windows being shattered on homes. Gust flipped a semi over on Highway 310 between Laurel and Rockvale. That's in southern Montana. In western Montana, down trees, power lines to roofs, blowing off entire streets, going dark. All that yesterday in the Missoula area. As you can see, the traffic lights and stoplights were out. Fallen trees that impacted traffic across the Missoula area. Residents tell MTN it sounded like a freight train rolling through town. 6:34 now. Montana has joined 11 other states that are suing to stop the Biden administration rule requiring most hospitals to have their employees vaccinated against COVID-19. The lawsuit filed Monday in federal court in Louisiana. Now, Montana Attorney General Austin Knudsen says he is leading the effort to overturn the rule. He says it's not only unconstitutional, but that it also will worsen the shortage of healthcare workers in Montana by causing many of them to quit or be fired because they won't get vaccinated. The suit says the rule is an unconstitutional overreach of federal power. The November 5th ruling says any hospital or healthcare facility that gets funds from Medicare or Medicaid must require all workers to be fully vaccinated against COVID-19 by January 4th. It can apply to private hospitals, state hospitals, nursing homes, clinics, and hospice care, among others. Montana hospitals told MTN News last week that they plan to comply with the rule. A lawsuit filed Monday asked the federal court to block the rule while its legality is being determined. Well, according to Park City County Health Department, about 50% of teens in Park County have been vaccinated. And after a clinic for kids, the health department hoping to see similar results for younger children. MTN's Jane McDonald talked with two girls as they readied themselves for their first dose of the COVID vaccine.
Now in Park County, this is a pretty large vaccination clinic, and this is specifically for children 5 to 11. Now initially they thought maybe 100 people would sign up, then that went to 150, and now around 200 people are signed up to get a vaccine.
I was like, I need that, I want that. My mom said it's just like the flu shot, but smaller needle.
Hannah and Addison made their way to the Livingston Fairgrounds before heading over to see a familiar face.
And this is Sue and Holly, who are our school nurses for the Livingston School District. We're a small community. We're rural and sort of micro-urban, or whatever you call it. The more friendly faces, the better. This is our community. We're doing this for each other, and we want that present at every event.
Keeping kids in mind, William, the horse, and his best friend, Hank, came to visit, as well as some therapy dogs and plenty of space to color. But not all work can be seen. Behind these walls, volunteers are busy at work prepping the vaccine.
Just one more step to keep the population safe, and most importantly, keep those kids in school.
We started online, and so what happened was we had to go off-site because nobody would wear a mask. Masks are like the vaccine. If you're scared about flu shots or anything like that, just know it's just the most tiniest needle.
Now just behind these walls, the vaccine is being prepped. Now for a child's dose, it's going to be 0.2 milliliters. For an adult, it's going to be 0.3. In Livingston, Jane McDonald, MTN News.
In other updates this morning, Butte Silver Bow Health Department reporting 2 more deaths from COVID-19 complications. 2 people were between the ages of 50 and 70 years old. That makes 105 COVID deaths so far in Butte Silver Bow County. 1,038 new cases reported across the Treasure State on Tuesday. Gallatin County recording the second highest with 137. Yellowstone County has the most cases, new cases at 183. Well, nearly 200 million people are now fully vaccinated, with 30 million having received a booster shot. Some are asking whether we're nearing the end of the pandemic. The answer to that is complex. Asher Karashi spoke with infectious disease experts about what the future of COVID public health policy could look like.
While most would agree the worst of the COVID-19 outbreak is over, experts say it's unlikely COVID-19 will ever completely disappear.
If we vaccinated every single person, we could probably get rid of this thing, get it down to a dull war. That's never going to happen.
That means that life beyond the pandemic won't quite be the same as before it.
For vaccinated individuals, they're a lot closer to being able to treat this pandemic like it's just an endemic problem that is going to come up every year, and they just need to get their booster and be careful. For unvaccinated individuals, they're still at extremely high risk of very bad infection.
Right now, about 42% of people are still not fully vaccinated. More than 30 million people, or about 15% of those that are fully vaccinated, have already gotten a booster. There are more tools in the toolbox. Monoclonal antibodies, 2 promising antiviral drugs that have applied for emergency use authorization, and millions of children now eligible for vaccination. The current 7-day moving average of daily new cases dropped by 1.4% from the previous week to just over 70,000.
The way I look at the bumps on the curve, the United States is going into the 5th wave right now.
This winter, with less moisture in the air, concentrated indoor aerosols mean everyone in the northern hemisphere will be more vulnerable to infection.
We're going to see a bump. We're already seeing a bump in the northern part of the country. How big that bump is going to be is going to depend a lot based on your community, and the outbreaks are going to be very localized.
And while we could expect to see lower levels of transmission year-round, it's not likely to ever go out of season.
It's not seasonal. Seasons may impact it, but we had a spike in August. That's crazy. It's all about behavior and the Delta variant. And the virus has changed. It's much more contagious.
Some experts say no matter the transmission rates, masks will need to remain in use in certain situations indefinitely.
The time when we're going to be able to stop wearing masks is when people stop worrying about them as some sort of punishment and stop making them into something bigger than they are.
Some of the pandemics have lasted 5 or 10 years. We don't know how long this one is going to last. Usually, they just kind of mysteriously disappear.
Unfortunately, Dr. Murphy says that may be wishful thinking. I'm Usher Qureshi reporting.
6:40 now, time for a break. A member of the House of Representatives faces a censure vote today. What that's all about coming up.